man on the street. I never did anything significantly alarming that would jeopardize anybody in the public. I smoked cannabis. I wrote my name on a bus stop. I drove...
So graffiti.
Graffiti. I wrote my name on the bus stop. I drove a car without a license or insurance. I've never beaten anyone. I'm a boxer and I don't condone violence. Can you imagine?
So let me just ask, these petty crimes, as the government deemed them, or the authorities were, smoking a cannabis, driving a car without insurance, and for this, did that jeopardize your immigration status or any application you made with the Home Office to stay in this country?
You were definitely correct, because that did not help my case. I am acknowledging that the Home Office justified in whatever they did. I was naughty. I wasn't the saint. I was a boy who had no parental guidance. I had nobody beside me. I lost focus.
And yet boxing, I understand, gave you that focus, gave you that way out or that discipline. And through boxing, you represented England 6 times. But despite those 6 times, they still wanted to now deport you as an adult back to a country that wasn't even claiming you as their own.
Now, the Home Office are wrong in that part, because, yes, I made a mistake when I committed those crimes, but the Home Office should take into consideration that I have turned my life around. It shows no matter how hard an obstacle is, or how threatening, or how unmotivated a situation is, if you push hard enough, one day you will break through.
What does that mean, being on bail from Home Office?
My bail conditions is I reside at a certain location for however the pandemic is going on, and I have to sign at a location once a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind it. How can I run? I'm stateless. I can't run anywhere. I have my home. I grew up here. Everything I know is about this place. My beliefs, my views, my concept.
How did that then make you feel when you were then put effectively behind bars, when you were detained?
Physically, I was suffocating. It hurts.
And in saying that, I understand from your coach who we spoke to, Amir Ali, whilst you were inside, he said you suffer from depression off and on. And talking about that darkness, did you feel that when you were in detention? And how did that make you feel now that you're out?
Yes, in there, it intensified my emotion. I was buried in worries and doubt. I mean, I was 75 kilos when I went in there. I came out at 69 kilos.
Now, what the future holds for you, Bilal? What does it mean for you as a boxer? What do you envisage? What are your hopes and dreams?
I envision progress because, metaphorically speaking, it's raining in my life. Eventually you return, because if a person represents a country, that is a person's potential and talent. I have won so many times. I was offered £230,000 to turn professional. All I had to do was sign my name on a piece of paper. I couldn't do that. Now I sleep at the gym. Now I have nothing to eat sometimes, and it's depressing. But I still have a smile on my face. No matter what life throws at me, it's just temporarily.
And you have hope?
And I have hope. I have faith.
Boxer Bilal Fawaz, and I have to remind you he's the current London amateur middleweight boxing title holder. And many of you do watch from the line on Facebook Live and had earlier, and I have this simply says, take heart, Bilal Fawaz, your mighty God will see you through. Francisco Wasser says, the UK to you and the most needed important, they follow you. Now have to run back and he says, heartfelt story, he was born in Nigeria, ineligible to be naturalized as a citizen there. Why not benefit the UK and grant him indefinite leave to remain? He doesn't have a place to call home, even in the UK, as we heard. The Nigerian government have rejected his application for Nigerian citizenship, so he's effectively stateless. Thanks for all your comments today. It's been a pleasure being with you. We hope to see you and Kenya and other parts of the continent where your electricity is our promise. Have a good night.
Hello, it's good to have you with us here on the BBC World Service. 21 hours GMT, the story of intellectuals banished to an inhospitable land in the passage of Siberia.
This has pointed fingers at how to uniform authority
with Artistic Theatre Director Melanie Austin-Peters.
Their dance also was very energetic and sometimes erotic, but really, essentially, African.
And at 23 hours GMT, the forum explores the life of Argentina's revolutionary First Lady in The Story of Evita,
the provincial actress who wrote powerful women in Latin America.
Just some of the highlights here on the BBC World Service.
Hello, I'm today on the BBC World Service. The Canada women's head coach has been promoted to the men's side. But is it really a step up? We'll be delving into what this means for the women's game. A terrible start for Egyptian side Zamalek's new manager. Having gone through 23 managers in 3 years, does he fear the sack already? European Cup football and possible evidence of a cooling of tensions between the all on sport today in 2 minutes.
BBC News with David Austin. Venezuela has extended a commercial blockade on 3 Dutch Caribbean islands, Aruba, Curacao and Bonaire, accusing them of harboring powerful smuggling gangs. Evidence that the ban on all flights and trade would continue until the Dutch government took action against criminal organizations that subsidize products in Venezuela to phone loans. North and South Korea have agreed to hold military talks with the aim of easing border tensions. North Korea will also send a large delegation to the Winter Olympics in the South next month. The UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, has welcomed the development. The former regional leader of Catalonia, Artur Mas, has stepped down as one of its most troubled parties. Mr. Mas said his resignation would help the Catalan European Democratic Party broaden its base. An Iranian MP has said far more people were arrested during recent anti-government protests than has been officially acknowledged. Mahmoud Sadeghi says more than 3,400 people have been detained. The official figure is around 1,000. In Chechnya, the head of Russia's leading human rights organization, Memorial, has been detained for medical tests after police said they found a marijuana-like substance in his car. Oyub Titiev has run the Chechen branch of Memorial since his predecessor was murdered in 2009. The South African President, Jacob Zuma, says he's setting up a judicial inquiry into alleged influence peddling in his government. War follows a court ruling last month that gave Mr. Zuma 30 days to set up the investigation. The UN Secretary of State has ordered a new inquiry into the health problems suffered by more than 20 diplomat stations in Cuba. President Trump has blamed the Cuban government for the symptoms which caused Washington to pull out most of its staff. Havana has denied any involvement. BBC News.
Hello, I'm Rob Schofield and you're listening to Sport Today from the BBC World Service. We're less than a month away from the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, with relations between North and South Korea frosty at best. News today that things could be getting a little more amicable. More on that shortly, but first, football and football management in particular. There are, of course, numerous routes to becoming a head coach in the game. Each manager would probably tell you a completely different path. One relatively untrodden path is the one between the women's and the men's game, where that could be changing. John Herdman has been named the head coach of Canada's national team after more than 6 years in charge of the country's women's side. Herdman thanked Canada Soccer for the opportunity, saying his time with the women's team had been a privilege, but he also said his ultimate goal was to represent the men's side at the World Cup. Canadian football writer John Molinaro broke the story and told me earlier just why Canada Soccer made this appointment.
Well, there's 2 factors at play here. One was that John's predecessor, Octavio Zambrano, who was hired last March, there was some concern within the quarters of Canada Soccer and some of the national team players that he was taking the men's team in the wrong direction. The other sort of important factor here is that there was a genuine fear by Canada Soccer that they were going to lose John Herdman. I spoke to John yesterday. He told me that he had an offer from men's side here in North America, and he was also offered a job abroad with the national women's team. He was believed to be considered for coach as the English women's national team. So there was genuine fear that they were going to lose him. I think, John made it known to Canada Soccer last year that he was going to leave the program after next year's World Cup and that he wanted to get in on the men's side of coaching. So this was really, I think, part because John sort of forced the issue, but also because Canada Soccer didn't want to lose him and wanted to keep him within the program, albeit on the men's side.
And quickly, John, what do you think his targets will be? World Cup qualification, progress in the Gold Cup, maybe?
Well, I think, obviously, Gold Cup is a nice sort of objective, but, the goal is to get to the World Cup. Canada hasn't qualified for the World Cup since 1986 in Mexico. So qualifying for Qatar in 2022 is a big deal. The bigger sort of target is 2026 because Canada potentially is going to co-host that tournament with the United States and Mexico. So, I think the hope is that Herdman will be able to lead Canada to 2 consecutive World Cups. If not, at least 2026 when it looks like Canada will finish some of the games of the tournament.
Well, Canada women's Sinclair posted on Twitter she was right now. Karina LeBlanc won 2 Olympic medals under Herdman with Canada. She told me she was just as surprised when the news broke.
It almost took me back to my time as a player, and I was not very inspired, and I was shocked and sad because John Herdman is to every player on that team the greatest coach they've ever had. So it's like you're losing the best boss you've ever had, and I think the first thought and reaction to it is like, oh my God, he's leaving. But then the more